Hello, my beautiful fellow yogis, and welcome back to your mat. It is such an honor to be on this journey with you while we grow closer to our mind, body, and spirit. And to begin this journey, we'll take 3 cleansing breaths together. So with a strong spine and good posture, we'll inhale our hands to the sky, pausing at the top and deeply connecting with our body while reaching the crown of our head towards the sky. And as we exhale, we'll bring our arms down by our side. And again, as we inhale with our arms reaching up, we'll fill our entire body with oxygen, connecting to our breath. And as we exhale, we'll let it all go, bringing our hands by our side. And for our final inhale, we'll reach for the sky, connecting with our spirit. And this time, as you exhale, find prayer hands at heart center. Taking a moment to sit with yourself and maybe set an intention of love or gratitude for your practice. Coming back to our practice by exhaling our lungs completely, and on an inhale we'll reach our hands for the sky and then exhale them down by our side. We'll start to find some slow shoulder rolls by bringing our shoulders up towards our ears and gently placing them down on our back. You can try connecting breath with movement by inhaling your shoulders up and exhaling them down. We'll then switch directions, so inhale, reach your shoulders up, and exhale, roll them forward. Doing this twice more. Remembering to keep your spine straight and the crown of your head reaching towards the sky. On an inhale, we'll reach our hands up, and as we exhale, we'll bring them down by our sides, dropping our left ear towards our left shoulder. Taking a big inhale. And as you exhale, drop your chin towards your chest and slowly rotate over to the right shoulder. Pausing here for a big full inhale. And then as you exhale, drop your head back, rotating back over to your left shoulder. Pausing for an inhale and continuing this cycle. Exhale, dropping your head forward or backwards, and pausing for an inhale once you've reached a shoulder. You can also energetically reach your elbows towards the mat to intensify the stretch in your neck. Keeping your breath synced with your movement, go ahead and switch the direction of your rotation. Feeling free to pause anywhere that there is tension and sending that tension extra love. Finishing out your last rotation, we'll meet at a neutral neck and spine, crown reaching for the sky, and on an inhale, we'll bring our arms up above head, and as we exhale, we'll drop our left hand onto our mat, reaching our right arm over our right ear to find a side body stretch, keeping your tailbone firmly grounded on your mat. And on an inhale, we'll return to center, reaching both arms to the sky. And as we exhale, we'll drop our right hand onto our mat, reaching our left arm over our ear, finding a stretch on the other side. And on an inhale, we'll return to center, reaching through our fingertips and growing long in our spine. And as we exhale, we'll bring our hands down to our mat and slowly make our way into a tabletop position. With wrists under shoulders and knees under hips, we'll find our cat-cows. So as you inhale, drop your belly towards your mat and open up your chest. And as you exhale, press through your fingers, reaching your shoulders towards the sky and dropping your chin towards your chest. Continuing to sync breath with movement. As you inhale, drop your belly towards your mat, opening up your heart center, and exhale, reach those shoulders towards the sky, making sure that you're dropping your bellies on your inhales and rounding your shoulders up on your exhales. You may now take these as slow or as fast as you need today. Finishing out your last position, we'll curl our toes under and sink our hips back onto our heels to find Screaming Toes pose. You can keep your hands on your mat, or you can slowly walk your way up into a seated position, staying with your breath and finding a nice long spine wherever you are. Placing the weight into your hands, we'll uncurl our toes and smack the tops of our feet onto our mat to get blood flow back into our feet. Staying in your tabletop position, let's start to find some circles over our wrists to get our wrists ready for our practice. You can sway from side to side, maybe point your fingertips towards the outer edges of your mat or towards your knees, listening to your wrists and seeing what it is they need today. Returning to our tabletop position, we'll extend our left leg out behind us to find a stretch in the calf, pressing into your toes and maybe rocking back and forth, or for a muscle strengthener, you can raise that left leg up towards the sky and maybe find a couple pulses. Bringing that knee back into your tabletop position, we'll extend our right leg out behind us, first pressing into those toes to stretch the calf, and then maybe bringing that leg towards the sky and finding your pulses. Now dropping your right leg, returning to your tabletop, curl your toes under, take a big inhale, and as you exhale, reach your hips towards the sky to find your downward facing dog. You can bend one knee at a time here to find a stretch in your calves. Just keep your gaze at your toes or your belly button and all 10 fingers actively pressing into your mat so that your spine is able to grow nice and long. Maybe keeping a soft bend in your knees if that's needed today. We'll then exhale, slowly walk to the top of our mat, meeting at the top in a forward fold. You can clasp opposite elbows, again keeping a soft bend in your knees to allow your upper body to sway from side to side in a ragdoll position. You can nod your head yes and no to shake out any upper body tension. Just keeping a generous enough bend in your knees that your upper body is able to fully relax. On your next inhale, plant your hands onto your mat and slowly step back into your plank. As you exhale, reach your hips towards the sky, returning to your downward facing dog. Option to find stillness or bend one knee at a time. And when you're ready, we'll inhale, reach our right leg to the sky, finding our three-legged dog. And as we exhale, we'll bring our right knee to the outside of our right elbow. Then inhale, bring it back up into your three-legged dog. And as you exhale, bring your right knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, bringing your knee to nose, pausing for a moment, and then planting your foot onto your mat to find your high lunge. Once you feel balanced and centered, pulling both legs towards midline, we'll inhale, reach our hands to the sky. And as we exhale, we'll find our warrior two, actively pressing into both feet and shooting energy out your fingertips. Then inhale, reach your fingers forward, and as you exhale, take it back for reverse warrior. And then as you inhale, straighten out your front leg and drop into your triangle with your left fingertips reaching towards the sky. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands onto your mat and drop your back knee so that you're in a low lunge, sinking your hips back and straightening out that front leg to then find your half split. Take a big, complete inhale here, and then exhale, rock forward, curling your back toes under and stepping your right foot back to find your plank. And as you exhale, reach your hips towards the sky to find your downward facing dog. Finding a moment of stillness and reconnecting with your body and breath, we'll then inhale, reach our left leg to the sky for three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow, and inhale, reach that left leg back to the sky. Exhale, bring your left knee to your right elbow, and then inhale, reach it for the sky. Last time, exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, hovering above your mat, and then planting your foot onto your mat to find your runner's lunge. Inhaling up to the sky once you've found your center, and then exhale, dropping into your warrior two. Big, complete inhale, reaching those fingertips forward, and as you exhale, take it back for reverse warrior. As you inhale, fill your lungs completely and straighten out that front leg, reaching those right fingertips towards the sky for your triangle. Then exhale, cartwheel your hands onto your mat and drop your back knee so that you're in your low lunge. Then sinking your hips back and straightening out that front leg with a soft bend in your knees, finding your half split. As you inhale, rock forward and curl your back toes under, then bringing your left foot back to meet your right for a plank. As you exhale, slowly, as slow as you can, lower onto your belly. Once you've landed, plant your forearms onto your mat to find your Sphinx pose, actively pulling your chest and heart center forward and sinking your hips into your mat. You can look from side to side or over one shoulder at a time to intensify or just make this stretch a little different. Slowly returning to center, planting your hands under your shoulders, press yourself up into a plank, and then as you exhale, reach your hips up, returning to your downward facing dog. Taking a full, complete inhale once you've landed, and as you exhale, slowly walk to the top to find your forward fold, clasping opposite elbows and swaying from side to side, or you can grab your big toes with your peace fingers to pull your chest closer to your knees. As you inhale, find a half lift with your hands above or below your knees, and then as you exhale, plant your hands onto your mat and step back into your plank. Then reach your hips for the sky and find your downward facing dog, reaching both heels towards your mat and actively pressing through all 10 fingertips. On an inhale, reach your right leg to the sky with an option to drop your right leg behind you to find your scorpion. Now squaring off our hips, returning to our three-legged dog. As we exhale, we'll bring our right knee to the outside of our right elbow. Then inhale, reach that right leg for the sky, three-legged dog, and exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, reaching that leg up, and exhale, reaching that knee towards your nose, and then pausing, hovering above your mat, and then dropping to find your runner's lunge. Inhale, reaching for the sky, and exhale, dropping into your warrior two. Inhale, reach those fingertips forward, and exhale, take it back for reverse warrior. Inhale, extending your leg, finding your triangle, reaching those fingers high, gazing for the sky. And as you exhale, cartwheel your hands onto your mat and reach that right foot back to return to your three-legged dog. As you exhale, drop your right foot next to your left to find your downward facing dog. Finding a moment of stillness and strength, and then inhaling, reaching that left leg to the sky. And as you exhale, drop your hip open to find your scorpion on the other side if you did so on the first. Straightening that left leg out, and as you exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Then inhale, reach for the sky, and exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale into your three-legged dog, and exhale, knee to nose, hovering above your mat, and then planting your foot into your runner's lunge. Inhale, reach for the sky, and exhale, drop into your warrior two. Inhale, reach those fingertips forward, and exhale, take it back, reverse warrior. Inhale, straightening out your leg, dropping into your triangle, gaze up towards the sky. And as you exhale, cartwheel your hands onto your mat, and then on an inhale, reach that left leg back into your three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your left foot to meet your right for down dog, and on an inhale, roll yourself into a plank. Then as you exhale, slowly lower into your chaturanga or upward facing dog if within your practice. Taking a full inhale in your back bend, and then as you exhale, sink your hips back to find your child's pose, reaching long through your fingertips and taking up space with every breath. On an inhale, slowly reverse cat your way back to a tabletop position. We'll then sink our hips back onto our heels, and on an inhale, we'll reach our left arm towards the sky and leave our right hand on the bottom of our right foot, opening up our heart center and upper back. And as you exhale, release, sinking your hips back, and on an inhale, reach that right hand to the sky, grabbing a hold of the bottom of that left foot. Now exhale, releasing, sinking your hips back and curling your toes under, then grabbing a hold of both heels. As you inhale, open your chest towards the sky and drop your head back. Making this a full, complete inhale to feel the opening in your chest and back. Then exhale, releasing, sinking your hips back onto your heels, and then making your way into a tabletop position. Curling your toes under, and as you exhale, reach your hips for the sky, finding your downward facing dog. Option to find stillness or bend one knee at a time. Then exhale, slowly walk to the top, returning to your forward fold, allowing your upper body, head, and neck to hang loosely and release. On an inhale with a strong flat back, find your half lift, and as you exhale, plant your hands onto your mat and step back into your plank. Then slowly lower onto your belly or find your chaturanga into upward facing dog. Take a big complete inhale, and then exhale, sink your hips back for your child's pose. Reaching your fingertips out in front of you for a nice long spine, and with every inhale, fill your side body, lungs, and ribs completely, and with every exhale, allow yourself to melt deeper into this position. On an inhale, press into your palms and reverse cat your way back to tabletop, then swing your legs out in front of you and plant your heels onto your mat. We'll play around with some core work here, so with your hands planted beside you, slowly begin to raise your feet off of your mat. You can tap one foot onto your mat at a time, sucking your belly button towards your spine to really feel your core turn on. Then maybe if it's within your practice, you can extend both legs out in front of you, keeping that core strong. Then to take it even one step further, you can bring your hands off your mat to find full boat pose. Another option is to keep a bend in your knees and tap both feet onto your mat. Just know that it's called a practice for a reason, as a lot of these poses require patience, practice, and a deep connection with your body. We'll go ahead and drop our feet onto our mat and then slowly lower onto our backs, bringing our legs into our body and rocking from side to side for a self-love hug and a massage on our lower back. We'll now find shoulder stand, so plant your hands beside you and kick your legs up towards the sky. Then bring your hands behind your back like kickstands to help support yourself as you reach your feet towards the sky and find a nice long stretch in your back body. You can stay here or you can slowly drop your legs behind you to find a plow pose. Wherever you're at, remember to play around and have fun and not take this too seriously. Now slowly releasing, grabbing the backs of your thighs and slowly rolling from front to back on your spine, eventually landing in an easy seated position. With a strong spine and good posture, on an inhale, we'll reach our hands to the sky. And as we exhale, we'll take our left hand to the outside of our right knee to find a twist in the spine. Rather than forcing yourself into this twist, allow your breath to guide you. Exhale, returning to center, then inhale, reaching your hands for the sky, and exhale, take your right hand to your left knee for a twist on the other side. Now inhale, returning to center and reaching your hands for the sky, and as you exhale, dive your chest forward to find a seated forward fold. Not worrying too much about how deep you can go, but just about how much you can release in your hips. Exhale, slowly rolling to a straight spine and then swapping our feet out, bringing the foot in front to the back and foot in back to the front. And as we inhale, we'll reach for the sky, and then exhale, dive our chest forward to find our seated forward fold. Maybe noticing if this one feels any different, but again, not forcing anything to happen, just letting it happen naturally. Exhale, slowly rolling to a straight spine, finding good, proud posture. Closing off our practice with 3 cleansing breaths. So as we inhale, we'll reach for the sky, connecting with our breath, and exhale, letting it all go. Then inhale, shooting power out your fingertips, connecting to your body, and exhale, bringing your arms down. Then inhale, connecting to your spirit, reach for the sky, and as you exhale, find prayer hands at heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me and trusting me to guide you through your practice. The light within me sees the light within you. Namaste.